Okay, looks like this Hangout on air is live. So a little bit something different from Emini-Watch. I want to talk about the 45-minute tick bar chart that I've been banging on about last couple of days. And we had some interesting activity over the last couple of days, and we've just had a sell-off in the after hours on the Emini. So let's get to this 45-minute chart. On Sunday, I put this chart up saying this downtrend move. Oh, it sounds like I can listen to myself, so I'll just turn that sound off. Pullback to end of trend needs to complete on this 45-minute chart. And I must admit, I was surprised by the strength we got Sunday night into Monday. I didn't think it was going to rocket that far back up to 2080. I thought we'd do maybe a little kind of shallow push back and then kind of complete on the downside and put this low kind of in play again. But anyway, that's not what we got. It felt really gamed. It felt like the activity overnight was kind of forced up, you know, in kind of the after hours and the pre-open. The volume's pretty light, and so you can move things up pretty easily on the futures contract. And ostensibly, the news was supposed to be an easing in China that meant that this thing was kind of being the reason why we had the rally. But remember, we were coming into end of the quarter, so window dressing is pretty important for the professionals. And so, you know, we got kind of up here to some fairly decent levels, but, you know, we're putting in pullback to end of trend now on this 45-minute chart, and we've got a little bit of time to run before we get a cyclical cross on this time frame. So where that happens and where this goes off will be interesting. We've had a flush pattern kind of go off, you know, blue professional bar, down bar, but there was a lot of activity at the end of the day on a quarter closing out day that, you know, could pull in blue professional bars there. So where this ends up is really important. So 45-minute chart's also very similar to the 40,500 tip bar chart. Same type of pattern going on. Here you can see this was that Sunday night into the open on Monday's activity there, bang, where they kind of seemingly, in my mind, kind of gamed it up. And we've got a blue professional bar kind of coming at the highs at 2080, and we're pushing back down to make this pullback to end of trend. And on this time frame, looks like we'll go for another kind of flush pattern or exhaustion pattern on the downside. So after the close today, we had a real kind of rout. This thing just dropped off almost 20 points or so. And the kind of the lows that it's put in are around these kind of previous lows that we had in this sequence. We've taken out the low of Fed day. You know, this was Fed day here where we had this huge kind of push back up. I think the low kind of down here, yeah, about 52. So we took that out fairly easily and kind of putting in this pattern. So it's a pullback to end of trend. There's a whole bunch of blue professional bars at the end of the day. Again, some of that's kind of gaming the system is kind of window dressing for the end of the quarter. Let me just show you the 13,500 tip bar chart. You can see all of that activity. So this is the last 2 days that we had. So that was on the Sunday night into the open on Monday. Bang, where they just gamed it up all the way. And then on Monday, we kind of topped out as almost like a U-turn pattern here. Blue professional up bars, blue professional down bars after exhaustion, first bearish divergence and flush pattern, bang. We just finish off with price with a kickback, pullback to end of trend, amateur up bars into there, and then this is the route that happened during, you know, the afternoon session today, Tuesday, and a whole bunch of blue professional bars. Certainly some of that was kind of selling down, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a little bit more confused. But we've fallen into downtrends now, and we've got an exhaustion sell with Rambo patterns kind of down here. There's got to be an opportunity at some point to put in a little bit of a short trade because on these 500, 1500, and 4500, you can see we've busted through supports on all 3 time frames. So there's going to be an opportunity to take a kind of pullback to end of trend kind of trade and see where this ends up. So the point is the 45-minute chart is still going to make that kind of beautiful pullback to end of trend pattern. Where that ends up is really critical, because if we start playing with these lows that we've had on this last kind of move down here, we could all of a sudden be through support on the 135-minute chart and break into a downtrend on this time frame. So it's really critical. We need to hold this kind of 2040 level, you know, somewhere between 30 and 50. We need to hold that level. If we don't, then we're into all kinds of pains. We start breaking into downtrends on this time frame, and then we start putting in, you know, looking for, you know, the next kind of move down. So a little bit of a recap of that, you know, pullback to end of trend sequence on the 45-minute chart, and a little bit of a trial on this kind of Google Hangouts. We'll see how things kind of end up with the screen resolution on YouTube. So I hope your trading is going well. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.